Have you ever sent a message and still felt misunderstood? Maybe you texted someone okay, only to find out they got upset. Or you gave instructions and half the class still didn't get it. That is communication happening, but communication failing. Communication is more than just talking. It is the process of sharing ideas, thoughts, and feelings in a way that creates understanding between people. In our daily lives, communication affects how we learn in school, how we build relationships, and how we deal with problems and misunderstandings. In society, communication is also guided by laws and rules because miscommunication can lead to serious problems. False or careless messages can cause panic, damage reputations, and even result in conflict, which is why laws such as those against libel, cybercrime, and the spread of fake news exist. These laws reminds us that words have power and that we must use our voice responsibly. When we communicate, whether in person or online, we are not only sharing ideas, we are also accountable for the impact of our message on others and on the community. Today, we're going to unpack why communication matters and why understanding it as a discipline is important. Because communication gives us the power to use our voice to express ideas, influence others, and create change. When we communicate clearly and responsibly, we can inform, persuade, inspire, and connect with people in meaningful ways. This presentation will show how communication shapes our daily lives and how mastering it helps us become more confident, effective, and responsible members of society. The discipline of communication focuses on how people use verbal and nonverbal messages to create meaning in different settings, such as personal relationships, schools, communities, organizations, governments, and mass media. Communication happens between individuals, within groups, across cultures, and through various channels like face-to-face interaction, technology, and media. Communication is essential because it is the only way we can express what is in our minds and understand others. It is not just about sending messages, but also about receiving, interpreting, and creating meaning together. It is a dynamic and ongoing process that influences human behavior and relationships. According to Alberts, Nakayama, and Martin, communication is a transactional process where people generate meaning by exchanging messages in specific contexts, shaped by culture and social forces. This means communication is not one-sided. Both the sender and the receiver influence each other and meaning is so co-created. Now, let us proceed to the goal of communication, which is to send information and understanding from one person or group to another. Specifically, these goals are first, to inform. Communication is used to give facts, data, and updates. It helps people stay aware of what is happening around them. Examples for these are class schedules and barangay announcements. Number 2 is to educate. Communication helps people learn new ideas and information. It develops understanding and knowledge. Examples are classroom discussions and educational videos. Number 3, to persuade. Communication is used to influence people's beliefs or actions. It encourages them to agree, support, or change their views. Examples are advocacies and rallies. Number 4, to express. Of course, communication allows people to share their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. It helps them show what they think or feel, for example, on speeches and journals. Lastly, to build relationships. Communication creates connection and understanding between people. It helps build trust and stronger relationships. Let's now proceed to the principles of communication. First, communication is a process, meaning it involves a series of steps, not just sending a message. Second, communication is continuous. Even silence or body language communicates meaning. Number 3, communication is two-way. Feedback is necessary to know if the message was understood. Number 4, communication can fail. Noise, misunderstanding, emotions, and poor word choice affect meaning. Number 5, communication is contextual. Culture, environment, situation, and relationship influence meaning. Communication also has important elements. Number 1 is the source or sender. This is the person who starts the message. They have the idea and want to share it with others. Number 2, message. This is the information or idea being sent. It is what the sender wants others to understand. Number 3, encoding. This is how the sender puts the idea into words, signs, or actions. It turns thoughts into a message. Number 4, channel or medium. This is how the message is sent. It can be through talking, texting, radio, cell phone, or social media. Further, number 5 is decoding. This is how the receiver understands the message. It means giving meaning to what was sent. Number 6, receiver. This is the person who gets the message. They listen, read, or watch the message. Number 7, feedback. This is the reply of the receiver. It shows if the message was understood or not. Number 8, context. This is the situation or place where communication happens. It can affect how the message is understood. Number 9, noise. This is anything that blocks or changes the message. It can be loud sounds, poor internet, or even emotions. On the other hand, communication happens on different levels. One of these is intrapersonal communication, which is communication within ourselves. This includes our thoughts, feelings, and self-talk. When we reflect, make decisions, or evaluate our actions, we are communicating with our own mind. Another level is interpersonal communication, which happens between two or more people. It can be dyadic, which is between two people, or group, which is among three or more people. Examples of these are group work in class or talking with family members. There is also public communication. Public communication is when one person speaks to a large group of people. The audience can listen, but they cannot always respond right away. Examples include a seminars or a barangay assembly. Lastly, mass communication. Mass communication sends messages to many people using media. It uses tools like radio, television, and social media. Examples are radio news, TV shows, and online posts. In the Philippines, communication plays an important role in sharing disaster warnings so people can prepare and stay safe. It also helps educate voters during elections so they can choose leaders wisely. Through communication, Filipino culture, values, and traditions are passed on to the next generation. It also promotes unity by helping communities understand and support one another. However, when communication is unclear or false, it can spread fake news, cause conflict, and lead to poor decisions. The discipline of communication helps us understand how people connect with themselves and with others. By learning about the different levels and elements of communication, we become better speakers, listeners, and thinkers. Communication is not only about exchanging words, it is about creating meaning, building relationships, and shaping society.